The next topic of the implicit differentiation is the geometric interpretation of a derivative. So let's consider this graph. So let the curve of a function f, this one, itong function na to, defined by y equals to f of x. So ibig sabihin itong curve na to is yan yung curve natin na y equals to f of x. Be given. So draw a line, L sub h. So ito siya, itong line na to na dash line, yung sa L sub h na yan is through point P sub O. So ito yung point, diba dumaan siya dito sa point na P sub O and point P on the graph of y equals to f of x. So, si L sub h na line is dumaan siya sa point na P sub O and point P sub curve na y equals to f of x. So, in this figure class, the line L sub h, itong line na L sub h na to, itong dashed line na yan, that is a second line, a line passing through 2 points in a curve. So, di ba dumaan siya ng 2 points sa curve natin at the point P sub O and point P. Suppose that P sub O has coordinates x sub O and y sub O. So, let's say, si point P sub O natin is meron siyang point na x sub O at saka y sub O, or the f of x sub O, and P has an abscissa. So, si point P naman has an abscissa x sub O plus h. Okay, yung x coordinate ng point P natin. Then, P sub O is the point. Okay, ang point ni P sub O is yan yung si x sub O at saka si f of x sub O. So, di ba ito yung point P natin? And P is the point having the coordinates. So, yung point P naman natin is may coordinates na x sub O plus h at saka si f of x sub O plus h. The slope of the line L sub h, ang slope ng line natin dito sa L sub h is m sub h equals to f of x sub O minus f of x sub O divided by x sub O plus h minus x sub O, or that is equal to f of x sub O plus h minus f of x sub O over h. So, do not worry class, andun yung discussion sa module natin. Now, as h tends to 0, okay, the point P tends to the point P sub O. So, if etong h natin class is pa-approach siya dito sa 0, iba yung point P natin dito is papunta din siya sa point natin na P sub O. We see geometrically that the second line, etong second line na yan, is L sub h rotates about the point P sub O. Okay, so also we find that the line L sub h tends to a limiting position as h approaches to 0. So this limiting position is actually the tangent line. So yan yung L sub t. Okay, so this is the tangent line to the curve at point P sub O. So na dumaan din siya dito sa point P sub O natin yung L sub t or the tangent line. So observe that if f is differentiable at x sub O here, then by the definition of the derivative, the definition in derivative is the limit of f of x sub O plus h minus f of x sub O divided by h as h approaches 0 is equal to the limit of m of the slope of the line or the second line. This means that the slope of the second line of the line L sub h tends to the limiting slope, which is the derivative of f at x sub O, since the limiting position of L sub h or the second line is the line tangent line or L sub t, which is the line tangent to the curve at point P sub O. It follows that f prime of x sub O is the slope of the tangent line to the curve at point P sub O. So let's have a formal definition of the second line and the tangent, the normal line or the second line. So here, first definition's geometric interpretation of e derivative is the tangent line. So let f be a function such that f prime of x sub O exists. The tangent line to the curve y equals to f of x at the point P sub O having the coordinates x sub O and y sub O is the line through P sub O having slope. Okay, so ito yung slope na tangent line natin. M equals to F prime of X sub O. So, di ba sa analytic geometry 1 natin class is naituro na natin sa atin yung formulas ng slope. So, di ba ang ginamit doon na notation is the letter M, small letter M. So, M equals to F prime of X sub O. Kumbaga dito is the application of the tangent line or the slope sa analytic geometry. So, which means yung slope daw ni tangent line is equal to the first derivative of the given function, y equals to f of x. The next definition is the normal line to curve y equals to f of x at point P sub O is the line through P sub O perpendicular to the tangent line to the curve at P sub O. I-differentiate natin yung tangent lines and normal lines. So from the definition mentioned earlier, it follows that the slope of the normal line to the curve y equals to f of x at the point P sub O is eto siya. So eto yung slope ng normal line. Ibig sabihin nun, di ba, yung sa definition ng tangent line, ang slope niya is the first derivative of the given function of the given curve y is equals to f of x. Yung sa normal line naman, ang derivative niya is the negative reciprocal of the slope of the tangent line. May negative dito, class. Okay. The negative reciprocal of the slope of the tangent line, provided that f prime of x sub O exists and f prime of x sub O not equal to 0. That is, the tangent line to the curve at point P sub O is neither an horizontal line nor a vertical line. An equation of the normal line can then be obtained by using the points loop form of a line. So, alam natin yung points loop form of a line, that is y minus y sub O equals to m times x minus x sub O sa analytic geometry 1 natin. Okay, if the tangent line to the curve at point P sub O is the horizontal line, take note, y equals to y sub O equals to f of x sub O. So, if yung tangent line natin, class, to the curve at point P sub O is horizontal line, so which means ang equation natin is magiging y is equal to y sub O. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung given ninyo na point na y sub O, is yun yung magiging tangent line ninyo. So that is, if yung nakuha ninyo na derivative is equal to 0. Okay, if yung nakuha ninyo, class, na derivative is equal to 0, after ninyong mag-substitute is equal to 0 yung nakuha ninyo, tapos it implies that yung magiging slope ng tangent line ninyo is 0. So, ang magiging horizontal line ninyo or tangent line is this one. Okay, so later on, magbibigay tayo ng example para ma-illustrate natin itong sinasabi sa letter B ng tangent lines and normal lines. Then, the normal line to the curve at point P sub O is the line x equals to x sub O, or the vertical line. Okay, take note, basta 0, so may kuha niyo derivative, may kumya ka substitute ka no, di ba may derive ka no, tapos na ini-substitute yun sa point P x sub O na 0 may kuha niyo slope na aya automatic din na aya tangent line niyo na so kung tunay y sub O niyo na ayan yung mabut normal line na sumambuso tunay given nyo x sub O. On the other hand, if x equals to x sub O is the tangent line, kung kabaliktaran, then y is equal to y sub O is the normal line. Okay, kung baliktad naman, ibarat muna miyaklid si tangent line as kanya si x equals to x sub O, na ayaw mo normal line yun na y equals to y sub O. For example, find the equations of the tangent line and the normal line to the curve y equals to 3x squared minus 2x minus 1 at the point P sub O, 1, 0. So, giyay given tanwa curve, which means nagigwan tanu sa derivative para makuha tanu so slope a tangent line ang kuso slope a normal line. So, giya point tanu mabunaya equal to x tanu saya coordinate na 1, nagya mabuna aya y coordinate tanu saya na 0 na. Aya po sarta Kaya kusa tano ko kakakwatan ko slope of tangent line na si x. Okay. So here's the solution. So let f of x equals to 3x squared minus 2x minus 1. Yes, kanyan. So given tano, si variable y, si ambience kanyan busa f of x because y is just equal to f of x. And then after that class, kunin nyo lang yung derivative nito. Take note, ayabog ko nyo sa derivative na subuso curve, a given. Okay, so yung derivative with 3x squared minus 2x minus 1 is 6x minus 2. Gipag-usaran tano para makuha no sa slope ni tangent agus si normal line. So let m sub lt and m sub ln be the slopes of the tangent line and the normal line respectively. So for the tangent line class, by the definition pala, yung na-mention kanina, the 5.1 and 5.2, for the tangent line, m sub lt or the slope of the tangent line, giyas kanyan, naya giyabunan kinwasaan na si variable x saya class na si ambience kanyan busa 1 si ko given puon ko given tano so si x kasi ambience sa 1 kates kanyan f prime of 1 na si 6 pa rin siya and then si x replace it by 1 so that is equal to 6 times 1 na lang and then minus 2 so 6 times 1 is 6 minus 2 that is equal to 4 so which means na ay slope o tangent line tano na equals to 4. Okay, so para makuha tayo so tangent line, equation of the tangent line using the points loop form, ito yung points loop form, y minus y sub o equals to m sub lt or the slope of the tangent line times x minus x sub o. So magiging replace y sub o by 0 galing dito sa given natin. So y minus 0 equals to ang slope na nakuha natin kay tangent line is 4, galing dito. So 4 times x minus x sub o natin is 1. Okay. So kailangan, ang final answer ninyo class in terms of equation kung linear is dapat in standard form. So therefore, an equation of the tangent line is 4x minus y minus 4 equals to 0. So naka-standard form na yung given natin na equation. For the normal line, m sub ln yung ginamit na notation. So, di ba, doon sa after ko na-discuss yung definition ni normal and tangent line, di ba, nag-compare tayo kay tangent and normal lines. So, ang slope daw ni normal line is the negative reciprocal of the slope of the tangent line. So, ang negative reciprocal ni 4 is negative 1 over 4. Or pwede din na negative, ang formula niya is negative 1 over f prime of x. So, since ang x natin is 1, so substitute natin dito. So, magiging 6 times 1 minus 2 is 4, diba? So, magiging negative 1/4. Or just simply, negative reciprocal of the tangent, of the slope of the tangent line. So, and after that, using again this points loop form, so replace y sub o by 0. And then, ilalagay na natin ito sa slope is negative 1/4. Unlike kanina sa tangent line na 4 yung ginamit natin na slope. Therefore, an equation of the normal line is, in standard form, is x minus 4y plus 1 equals to 0. Another example class is find the equations of the tangent line and normal line to the curve 5 sine 2x. Okay, so trigonometric function at the point p sub o pi over 4 and 5. Okay, so this is our x sub o or x. This is our y sub o or y. So the same process pa rin kanina. Okay, first is get the derivative of the given curve. So let f of x equals to 5 sine 2x. The derivative of f at x is eto siya. So, di ba, ang derivative, pag ganito, pag may constant or numerical coefficient sa unahan ni trigonometry is isulat lang yan, as is lang siya. Kasi hindi pwedeng kunin yung derivative niya kasi magiging 0, di ba? Okay, times yung derivative ni sine 2x is, that is cosine 2x, times yung 2 na yan is dito yan galing sa derivative ni 2x. Okay, ganun talaga kapag sa trigonometry. 5 times 2 is 10 times cosine 2x. So, ito yung derivative ng given natin na curve. Mapasalo to, nakuha nyo sa slope a tangent line And then after that, nasok man so equation ni tangent lines. For the tangent line class, m sub lt is equal to the first derivative. So since itong nakuha natin na first derivative, na si variable x saya, nasambihan sa pi over 4, di ba kagito given ta noon. And then, 10 cosine 2, so si x saya, nasambihan sa pi over 4, so mimbaloya, 10 cosine of pi over 2, kakancel si 2, kailang basibo na, 2 mambo. So, 10 cosine of pi over 2 is equal to 10. Ang cosine ni pi over 2 class is equal to 0. So, 10 times 0 is 0. So, ito yung na-mention kanina sa letter B. If yung nakuha daw natin na first derivative is equal to 0, so what I mean is, if yung nakuha natin na slope ni tangent line is equal to 0, which means na ay tangent line tano na so horizontal line, and then yung normal line natin is yung vertical line. So now, using the points loop form, okay, so we have y minus 5 equals to 0 na ya, which means din na lambo saya sa right side tano. So, transpose lang natin si 5, so y equals to 5. So, di ba si 5 plus ginan so given tano nga point y. So, it follows that, therefore, an equation of the tangent line is y equals to 5, a horizontal line, di ba? By definition 7.5.2 ito, it follows that the normal line is the line x is equal to pi over 4, a vertical line. So which means, gaya x equals to pi over 4 na ginan so, point ano nga given. Basta ma 0, so, slope o tangent line na, automatic ayan yung tangent line na si y. So, given yung point y. Tapos, ayan yung normal line na so, given yung x coordinate.